So I love the new visualization. So the thing about Tesla Vision is it is so much more accurate for autopilot on the highway. It actually took that left turn. And look, even that car crossed over the lane and it still handled everything. Yeah, horrible driver. We were fine. Oh man, it did it perfectly. Shows the brake lights. That's crazy. This is great. It would. My car used to always struggle on left-hand turns specifically. Actually, left and right, but this worked. This is great. It didn't like jerk the wheel. It just went right over a lot more natural. They've definitely improved the feeling. Wow. This is great. It would have like been swerving us around. Like it's really
constantly
hard. Yeah, it's hard to convey that because we're not swerving around. We're not like leaning around the car. Like it's very natural the way it turns. This is incredible. It's just driving like a normal person.
That's for now.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but so far, like it would have. That was always really rough. I've tested it so many times. This exact route. So one thing I've noticed is when cars transition from behind you to in front, the cars don't jump around. They just kind of like go. Like usually the car would be jumping around here. It's not jumping around. You see how smooth it's just transitioning. So they've really improved the whole Tesla Vision. And I love the brake light showing. This is great. It's not like hitting the pedals really hard. It's just slowing down. This is incredible. Wow.
116 degrees.
Yeah, it's 116 here. We just got back from hiking. It was pretty intense. This is great. The steering wheel's staying straight too. That was one complaint I've always had. So we had a car cut us off, and the car handled it perfectly. We were safe. That was actually pretty impressive to see that. It's not swerving around. That's really incredible. That was interesting. There was a guy with a backpack, and it showed the bike was some kind of thing. This visualization is awesome. I love the shading. I detected a fire hydrant riser, fire riser as a person. Let's see how well it turns. Ah, the nav. So I have this problem going over here because for some reason the nav point wants to turn into a driveway. I'm gonna actually just disengage because that car is
not sure.
Yeah. So there's a nav issue here. I actually have to change the address to the nav point that we usually do to some other address on this street because it tries to turn us in. We'll try this again. Yeah, the only reason why I actually disengaged that because it wasn't, the map had the wrong nav point. I didn't realize it. I love the shading because it shows you kind of like where you can't go. Now this is usually done pretty well in the past. Sometimes it used to kind of take this turn funny. I mean, that wasn't the most graceful, but it was better than the previous builds. It's hard. It kind of looked a little bit rough on camera, I'm sure, but compared to older builds, that was the way the feeling of the car, of the acceleration and the braking, it used to be pretty like, it was hard. And Like it gradually accelerated, gradually braked, and it just feels more natural. So let's see if it makes this turn correctly. This is like an unmarked street, so it's usually interesting to see how the car positions itself. It's perfect. It's great. It's not like jerking around the road. This is fantastic, you guys.